now I'll ask Ambassador Agah to give his views, and then we can see how we consolidate, and maybe there is actually some convergence. And where there is convergence, this is a good thing, because then that allows us to make our list sharp and actionable. So, Ambassador Agah.
Thank you, Patricia. And I wish also to convey my heartfelt appreciation to the government and people of Indonesia for the hospitality and excellent arrangements that have been put in place for this forum. I also want to thank ITC for the great efficiency that has been displayed in getting people and streaming them into various working sessions, like as if we are some kind of control centers, but I think it worked well. I would like to make my comments firstly on some broad areas, and then talk on some specific topics. Somehow, I would have suggested that Francisco stole my notes, but we seem to have some overlap on some of the issues. And I wish to just speak as an outsider, so I'm not really saying you are not doing it, but I will be saying, please do more. He spoke more of an insider and could easily refer to some of the ongoing programs in some of these areas. So I wish to start first by commenting on the structure, scope, and logistics for this conference. I must admit that this is my first conference, so I don't know how you were doing the past ones, but I'm fascinated by the comprehensive scope and the structure of the activities, including coordination. I've taken note of the theme and the sub-themes and the various interactive sessions. However, I wish to recommend that the ITC consider organizing wrap-up sessions for all parallel interactive sessions at future editions of WEDF, so that participants who cannot definitely participate in all parallel sessions at the same time would benefit from the discussions at those closing wrap-up sessions that they were not able to attend. So what I'm simply saying here is, if you are a single participant in this meeting, in this forum, you can only be in one place at the same time. So at the end of the day, how do you know what was discussed in the other sessions that you did not attend? So if there's a wrap-up session where the leads in the 3 interactive sessions will report, I think everybody will leave the day with a clear idea of what must have transpired across all the working groups. I have also one other broad issue to raise, which I must say, admit also that I found the opening remarks by the President very, very, very thought-provoking, and particularly taking into account the theme and the need for increased South-South trade, economic integration, and the integration of small and medium-sized enterprises in developing countries and least developed countries into global supply chains. I also agree with you, Patricia, in your opening statement on the need for African countries to increase their value-added exports, mostly by focusing on creating a new model that breaks the cycle of dependency, is inclusive of women and the poor, and creates real and long-lasting partnership. In this respect and under these circumstances, I wish to encourage ITC going forward to strengthen and improve its projects and programs towards achieving these objectives in an efficient and effective manner. This does not mean that you are presently inefficient, but I think you need to add more vigor and intensity. On the issues, I have to flag out a few issues and make some suggestions or recommendations. I did not pick this list on the basis of any priority, but at random, based on the way I saw the discussions at this forum. The first issue is that of trade facilitation. As all of us here are familiar, trade facilitation currently is a hot topic at any international trade fora, whether it is within bilateral settings or at regional level or even in the WTO, where members are keen on having an agreement on trade facilitation. However, it looks me clearly from the discussion here that the issue is complex. It's not just a matter of soft and hard infrastructure. It's also about opportunities for trade facilitation to work both ways, both for imports and exports. So while we worry about opening the window for imports, most countries would also be concerned about using trade facilitation to increase exports so that they will have the kind of income that they will require in carrying out their domestic policies. So in this respect, I wish to recommend that ITC going forward should take into cognizance the fact that these various aspects of trade facilitation are intertwined, including huge challenges relating to distortions to global agricultural markets by subsidies and tariffs in developed countries. On non-tariff measures, I think it is clear to us, and the point was made by Francisco on the importance in terms of ability of SMEs to sell in international markets. In this respect, I am aware of what the WTO is doing with the, what do you call it, standard, the STD standards and some STDF, Standards and Trade Development Facility. However, I wish to still urge ITC to consider how best it would, in future, not only support SMEs to overcome these obstacles, but also build the capacity of governments to take advantage of mutual recognition agreements. This is more so as the situation is becoming complex with the increasing level of private standards, which are usually imposed in addition to the existing public standards. The other area I thought is worthy is LDCs. If all the work we are doing is about poverty reduction, I think a focused target on LDCs would be very, very important. I am therefore hopeful that ITC will enhance and intensify its support to SMEs in LDCs in the quest of improving their productivity, efficiency, and quality in order to be able to access markets and integrate into global value chains, including improved procurement opportunities in domestic markets. Relating to this is also the need for greater ITC assistance and support to smallholder producers to succeed in export supply chains, particularly taking into account the critical challenges from a very fragile and unsustainable global economic environment. And finally, I wish to appeal that in future, to make future participation in the World Export Development Forum more meaningful for policymakers, I think it will be useful for ITC to increase the showcasing of successful policy reform stories around various themes and sub-themes of the forum. I believe that this would further enhance the objectives of sharing experience and best practices. Moreover, it cannot be contested that it takes business-friendly policies by government to support SMEs and their integration into global value chains. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Agah.